9.5, 9.6, 9.6. Round of applause.
So this is a poem of childhood. When I was little, I was convinced I was a horse. And I was reminded of that when Rachel Dolezal, of course, decided that she was African American and she was a white woman. So this poem sort of follows that, and it's called Without Hope of Passing, and it begins with an epigraph from Rachel Dolezal that says, "I've actually had to go there with the experience. My parents didn't know I was a horse. Clearly my parents were not even ponies. A proper horsey girl, that's what they said when I pawed the sky with my hooves and whinnied to talk. I pranced around gait smooth. All horses are ballerinas, balancing on a single toe on each foot, trilling brump, brump, voiceover to satisfy the ear and cover the tempo of unshod feet. I sampled the faint molasses taste of sweet feed, cracked the grain in my teeth. Training on the lunge line, I nearly hung myself on a maple tree in the front yard, briefly airborne before crashing back to earth. In the house, I tucked in my tail and stood on hind legs, disguised as a girl. I balked at school, set the bit in my teeth, sucked in drafts of air when the saddle was cinched to keep it loose in hope of wriggling free. I imagined myself bedecked in parade dress like Trigger, the palomino who learned to count the hours to recess and the days to the weekend when, free of tack, I galloped unencumbered in the paddock. Sometimes my father led me to the library in the center of town where I pranced in the stacks, reveled in the history of my people, Bucephalus, Comanche, man-o'-war, and Secretariat. I touched noses with Black Beauty, took to the course with International Velvet, and swam the waters off Chincoteague with Misty. I read the How to Ride and Care For books to learn the ways of the stable and its keepers. Sometimes at night my legs gave me great pain. No wonder with all the work to do, the plow to pull, carrying the weight of an armored knight, training for the derby, barrel racing, and rounding up cattle. On those nights, my mother stood in the doorway, arms crossed as my father rubbed down my legs. It's because she plays horse, running on her hands and knees. Mother didn't understand play had nothing to do with it, that faith was the only cure.